once was as meek as a newborn lamb, I'm now Sir Murgatroyd. Ha ha! With greater precision, without the elision, Sir Riven Murgatroyd. Ha ha!
And I who once his avowed sham as steward am now employed. Aha! Tickets may take 'em, I'll never forsake 'em. As steward am now employed. Aha! How dreadful when an innocent heart becomes perforce a bad young heart, and still more hard on all that is former faithful valley to shun, is former faithful valley to shun, is valley to shun, is valley to shun, to shun.
This is a painful state of things, old Adam.
Painful indeed. Ah, my poor master. When I swore that, come what would, I would serve you in all things forever. I little thought to what a pass it would bring me. The confidential advisor to the greatest villain unhung. Now, sir, to business. What evil crime do you commit today?
How should I know? As my confidential advisor, you're supposed to suggest something.
Sir, I loathe the life you are leading, but a good old man's oath is paramount, and I obey. Now, Richard Dauntless is here with pretty Rose Maybud to ask her consent in their marriage. Poison their beer.
No, not that. I know I'm a bad bard, but I'm not that bad at bards.
Well, there you are, you see. It's no use making suggestions if you don't even adopt them.
How would it be, do you think, were I to lure Richard here with cunning wile, bound him with good stout rope to yonder post, and then, by making hideous faces at him, curdle the heart blood in his arteries and freeze the very marrow to his bones? What do you think, old Adam? Is this scheme not well planned?
It will be simply rude. Nothing more. But soft. They come.
Are we, you see, I am a jolly Jack Tar, my star, and you are the fairest, the richest, and rarest of innocent lasses you are, by far, of innocent lasses you are, fanned by a favoring gale, you sail over life's treacherous sea with me, and ask for bad weather, we'll brave it together, and you shall creep under my lee, my wee, and you shall creep under my lee, my wee. For you are such a smart little craft, such a neat little sweet little craft, such a bright little tight little slight little light little trim little prim little craft.
Such a neat little sweet little craft, such a bright little tight little slight little light little trim little craft. My hopefully planted, I fear, my dear, in a month you'll be going to see quite free. And all of my wishes and hopes and wishes, though they were never to be for me. As though they were never to be, and I shall be left all alone to moan and weep at your cruel deceit, complete, while you'll be a certain, you treat
So ho, pretty one, in my power at last, eh? Know ye not that I have those who within my beck and call would throw ye in an uncomfortable dungeon? What ho within there?
Hold, we are prepared for this. Here is a flag that none dare defy, and while this glorious flag floats above Rose Maybug's head, the man does not live who dare lay an unlicensed hand upon her.
Foiled, and by a Union Jack. There will come a time, and then...
Nay, let me plead with him. Sir Riven, have pity. In my book of etiquette, the case of a maiden who is to be wedded to one who unexpectedly turns out to be a baronet with a curse on him is not considered. Time was you loved me madly. Prove that was no selfish love by according your consent to my marriage with one with whom, if not be you yourself, is the next best thing, your dearest friend. If I can raise thou hadst my love, thou hadst my heart. What fatal human vows above our lives did part. By the old love thou hadst for thee, by the fond heart that beats for me, by joys that never now can be, grant thou my prayer, grant thou her prayer.
Take her, I yield.
For she is a smart little craft,
Such a little sweet little craft,
such a bright little,
tight little,
slight little,
tight little,
trim little, prim little craft.
For she is a small little craft, such a neat little sweet little craft, such a bright little, tight little, safe little, light little, trim little, prim little craft, such a bright little, tight little, safe little, light little, trim little, prim little craft.
For a week I have fulfilled my accursed doom, duly committing a crime a day. Not a great crime, I trust, but in the eyes of one as strictly regulated as I used to be, a crime. But will my ghostly ancestors be satisfied with what I have done, or will they regard it as an unworthy subterfuge? Oh, my forefathers, wallowers in blood, there came a day when you, each and every, vowed to sin no more, and thus called welcome death to free you from your cloying guiltiness. Let the sweet psalm of that repentant hour soften your long dead hearts and tune your souls to your poor posterity.
who art thou?
And thus, with icy glare and stern relentless brow, the purest who knows how.
I am the spectre of the late Sir Roger Murder Troy, who's come to warn thee that thy fate thou canst not now avoid.
Alas, poor ghost,
The pity you express for nothing goes. We specters are jollier crew than you, perhaps suppose. Cowls, chimney cowls, and the bat in the moonlight flies, and inky clouds like full shrouds sail over the midnight skies, and the footpads dwell at the night birds wail, and black dogs bay at the moon. Then is the spectre's holiday, then is the ghost's high noon, then is the ghost's high noon, high noon. As the soft breeze sweeps over the trees, and the mists fly low on the fens, from great tombstones are gathered the bones that once were women and men, and away they go with a mop and a mow to the revel that ends too soon. 'Cause cockcrow limits our holiday, the dead of the night's high noon, the dead of the night's high noon, high noon, the dead of the night's high noon. And then he toast with his lady toast, to the churchyard beds take flight, with a kiss perhaps on her leather chaps, and a grisly grim good night, till the welcome knell of the midnight bell rings forth its jolliest tune, and ushers in our next high holiday, the dead of the night's high noon, the dead of the night's high noon, high noon, the dead of the night's high noon.
the portrait that hangs at the end of the gallery.
In a bad light, I am.
Are you considered in a good likeness?
Pretty well, flattering.
Because as a work of art, you are poor.
I am crude in color, but I have only been painted 10 years. And in a few short centuries, I will be an old master, and you will be sorry you spoke lightly of me.
And may I inquire why you have left your frames?
It is our duty to remind our successors to commit their daily crimes in a conscientious and workmanlike fashion. It is our duty to remind you that you are evading the conditions under which you are permitted to exist.
I don't know what you're on about. I've only been a bad bear in a week, and I've made sure to do a crime a day.
All right, let's inquire into this. Monday.
Monday was a bank holiday.
True. Tuesday.
On Tuesday, I filed a false income tax return.
That's nothing. Nothing at all. Everybody has done that. It's expected of you.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, I forged a will.
Whose will?
My own.
My good sir, I don't think you can do that.
Can't I, though? I like that. Besides, if I can't forge my own will, whose will can I forge?
There's something in that.
Yes, it seems reasonable.
At first sight, it does.
Fallacy somewhere, I fancy.
A man can do what he likes with his own.
I suppose he can.
Then he can forge his own will, stupid. On Thursday, I shot a fox.
Ha here, here.
That's better. Pass the fox, I think? Yes, pass the fox. And Friday.
On Friday, I forged a check.
Whose check?
Old Adams.
Oh, but old Adam hasn't a banker.
I didn't say I forged his banker. I said I forged his check. On Saturday, I disinherited my only son.
But you haven't got a son.
Not yet, anyway. I disinherited him in advance. By this arrangement, he'll be born disinherited.
I see, but I don't think you can do that.
My good sir, if I can't disinherit my own unborn son, whose unborn son can I disinherit?
These arguments sound very well, but I can't help thinking that if they were reduced to syllogistic form, they wouldn't hold water. Now understand us. We are foggy, but we do not permit our fogginess to be presumptive on. Unless you undertake to, how about carry off a lady? Yes, all those in favor of carrying off a lady? All those of contrary opinion? Oh, you're never satisfied. Yes, unless you undertake to carry off a lady at once, I don't care which lady, then you will perish in inconceivable agonies.
Carry off a lady? Certainly not. I have the greatest respect for ladies and won't do anything of the kind for worlds. If that's all you've got to say, you better go back to your frames.
Very well, then let the agonies commence. Painful, isn't it? It gets worse by degrees.
Oh, it got worse by degrees! Oh, stop, I wish to speak!
Better?
Yes,
Well, do you consent?
but it's such an ungentlemanly thing to do.
As you please. Carry on.
No, please, I'll do it, I promise!
Today!
Today!
At once!
At once! I retract, I apologize, I had no idea it was anything like this.
The answers to our call. We do not ask for more. A sturdy fellow after all this latest running gore. A sturdy fellow after all this latest running gore. All perished in the turbulence and guilty fun. We want your pardon, here we go. We want your pardon, here we go. For having agonized you so. So pardon us, so pardon us, so pardon us, or die. So pardon us, so pardon us, so pardon us, or die.
I pardon you, I pardon you.
He pardons us, he pardons us, he pardons us, hurrah!
My poor master. I'm afraid you're not well.
Hold on. My ancestors, they were just here. They said I must do something drastic at once or perish in inconceivable agonies. Go to yonder village and carry off a maiden. I don't care which.
But master, I thought you
Not
said...
a word, but obey. Fly!
Was a very abandoned person.
Making the most of evil chances.
Nobody could conceive a person.
Even in all the old romances.
I blush for my wild extravagances. But be so kind to bear in mind.
We were the victims of circumstances. That is one of our blameless dances. I was once an exceedingly odd young lady,
Suffering much from spleen and vapors.
clergyman thought my conduct shady.
She did spend much upon linen and papers.
It certainly entertained the gapers. My ways were strange beyond all range.
Sheriff's got me all the papers. We only cut respectable papers. I've given up all my wild proceedings.
My taste for a wandering life is waning.
Now I'm a tad in your readings.
They are not remarkably entertaining.
A moderate livelihood we're gaining.
In fact, we rule a national school.
The duties are done, but I'm not complaining. This sort of thing takes a deal of training. We have been married a week.
One happy week
Our new life,
is delightful indeed.
so calm.
So unimpassioned. Master, all this I owe to you. See, I am no longer wild and untidy. My hair is combed, my face is washed, my boots fit.
Margaret, don't. Pray, restrain yourself. Remember, you are now a district visitor.
A gentle district visitor.
You are orderly, methodical, neat. You have your emotions well under control.
I have! Master, when I think of all you have done for me, I fall at your feet, I embrace your ankles, I hug your knees.
Hush, hush, this is not well. This is calculated to provoke remark. Be composed, I beg.
Ah, you are angry with poor little Madam Margaret.
No, not angry, but a district visitor should learn to eschew melodrama. Visit the poor, by all means, and bring them tea and barley water, but don't do it as if you're administering a bowl of deadly nightshade. It upsets them. Then, when you visit sick people and find them not quite as well as could be expected, why go into hysterics?
Why not?
Because it's too jumpy for a sick room.
How strange. Master, how shall I express the all-absorbing gratitude that...
Now,
Right, dear. It shan't occur again. Shall I tell you one of poor Madam Margaret's old thoughts? Well, when I am lying awake at night, and the moonlight streams in through the latticed casement, strange fancies crowd upon my poor mad brain. And I sometimes think that if we could hit upon some kind of word for you to use whenever I'm about to relapse, some word that teems with hidden meaning, like Basingstoke, it may recall me to my saner self. For, after all, I am only poor Mad Margaret, crazy make that spec.
poor child. She wanders. What's up? Someone comes. Be composed, I beg. Basingstoke. Margaret, if you don't Basingstoke at once, I should be seriously angry.
Basingstoke it is.
Then make it so.
This bard and his young wife, this visit is unexpected.
Shall I fly at him? Shall I tear him limb from limb? Shall I rend him asunder? Say but the word and...
Basingstoke.
Basingstoke it is.
My brother. I still call you brother, despite your horrible profligacy. We have come to urge you to abandon the evil course to which you have committed yourself, and at any cost become a pure and blameless ratepayer.
But I've done no wrong yet.
No wrong! He has done no wrong! Did you hear that?
Basingstoke.
Basingstoke it is.
My brother. I still call you brother, you observe. You forget that you have been, for 10 years, a bad baronet to Ruddigore in the eye of the law, and that you are therefore responsible, in the eye of the law, for all the misdeeds committed by the unhappy gentleman who occupied your place.
I see. Bless my heart, I never thought of that. Was I very bad?
Awful, wasn't he?
And I've been going on like this for how long?
10 years. Just think. of all the atrocities you have committed, by attorney as it were, during that period, remember how you trifled with this poor child's affections, how you raised her hopes on high, don't cry, my lord, Basingstoke, you know, only to trample them in the dust when they're at the very zenith of their fullness. Oh, fie, sir, fie, she trusted you.
Did she? What a scoundrel I must have been. There, it's all right. Birmingham, you know, Birmingham.
It's Basingstoke!
Basingstoke, of course it is. Basingstoke.
Then make it so.
It's all right, he's married you now. That is, I've married you. I say, which of us has married her?
Oh, I've married her.
Oh, I'm glad of that. Yes, he's married you now. And anything more than my conduct seems that I've never even heard of. But my mind is made up. I will defy my ancestors. I will refuse to obey their behest, and thus, by courting death, atone in some small degree for the infamy of my career.
I knew it! God bless you!
Basingstoke!
Basingstoke it is!
My eyes are fully open to my awful situation. I should go at once to Roderick and make him a narration. I'll tell him I've recovered my forgotten moral senses, and I don't care to put sympathy for any consequences. Do not want to perish by a sword or by a dagger, but a martyr must indulge a little pardonable swagger. Were to have climbed up, and my vanity would flatter, but I got to die tomorrow, so it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter. If I were not a little mad and generally silly, I should give you my advice upon the subject willy-nilly. I'd show you in a moment how to grapple with the question, and you'd really be astonished at the force of my suggestion. On the subject, I shall write you a most valuable letter full of excellent suggestions when I feel a little better. But at present, I'm afraid I am as mad as any hatter, so I'll keep them to myself. My opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter.
My opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter. Her opinion doesn't matter. If I've been so lucky as to have a steady brother who could talk to me as we are talking to one another, who could give me good advice and me discovered I was erring, which is just the very thing which you mind conferring my existence would have made a rather interesting ill. I might have lived and died a very decent and way on this particularly rapid, unintelligible pattern is generally earth. If it is, it doesn't matter.
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 If it is, it doesn't matter. This
Particularly rapid, unintelligible pattern is generally earth. And if it is, it doesn't matter. This particularly rapid, unintelligible pattern is generally earth. And if it is, it doesn't matter.
What deed?
Carried her off. It was a hard task, but she fought like a tiger cat.
Who?
Man, I've just carried her off.
Ah, goodness. I've forgotten about her. I'd wished to have died unspotted by crime. But I'm foiled again, and by a tiger cat. Produce her, and leave us. Dame Hannah, this is not what I expected.
Well, sir, and what would you with me? Oh, you have begun bravely, bravely indeed. Unappalled by the calm dignity of blameless womanhood, your minion has torn me from my spotless home and dragged me, trembling and shrieking, through hedges, over stiles, and across a very difficult country, and left me, trembling and helpless at your mercy. Yet not helpless, coward sir, for approach one step nay with the 20th part of 1 poor inch, and this poignard shall teach ye what it is to lay unholy hands on old Stephen Trusty's daughter!
Madam, I promise this is not what I intend. Anything more correct. Nothing more than your conduct is impossible for anyone to desire.
I am not to be tricked by smooth words, hypocrite. But behold in time, for there are without 100 gallant hearts whose trusty blade would hack them limb for limb, who dared to lay unholy hands on old Stephen Trusty's daughter.
This is what it is to embark a honorable career of unlicensed pleasure.
Hark ye, miscreant, for you have secured me, and I am your poor prisoner. But if you think that I cannot take care of myself, then you are very much mistaken. Now, it's 1-to-1, and let the best man win.
No, you'll never catch me! Roderick, uncle, save me!
What is the matter? Have you carried her off?
I have, she is there. Look at her, she terrifies me.
Little Nannikin,
Roddy Dodge,
my own old love. Why, how came you here?
he carried me off, bodily. But I'll show him.
Stop! What do you mean by carrying off this lady? Are you aware that once upon a time she was engaged to be married to me? I'm very angry indeed.
Now I hope this will teach a lesson to you in future.
Hold your tongue, sir.
Yes, Uncle.
Have you given him any encouragement?
Have I given you any encouragement? Frankly, no. Have I?
No, frankly, you have not. Anything more correct than your conduct is impossible to desire.
You, go away.
Yes, Uncle.
Why, this is a strange meeting after so many years.
Very. I thought you were dead.
I am. I died 10 years ago.
And are you pretty comfortable?
Pretty well, that is, yes, pretty well.
Well, you don't deserve to be. For I loved you all the while, dear, and it made me dreadfully unhappy to hear of all your goings-on, you bad, bad boy.
There grew a little flower neath a great oak tree. When the tempest began to lower, little heeded she. No need for her to cower, for she dreaded all its power. She was happy in the bower of her great oak tree. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Let the tears fall free for the pretty little flower and the great oak tree. Sing hey, luck-a-day.
Luck-a-day.
Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Let the tears fall free for the pretty little flower and the great oak tree. When she found that he was fickle, was that great oak tree, she was in a pretty pickle, as she well might be. For his gallantries were fickle, and he followed with the sickle, and tears began to trickle for that great oak tree. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Let the tears fall free for the pretty little flower and the great oak tree. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Let the tears fall free for the pretty little flower and the great oak tree. Said she, he loved me, never did that great oak tree. But I'm neither rich nor clever, and so why should he? But though fate our fortune sever, to be constant I'll endeavor, and forever to that great oak tree. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Let the tears fall free for the pretty little flower and the great oak tree. Sing hey, luck-a-day.
Luck-a-day.
Sing hey, luck-a-day. Sing hey, luck-a-day. Let the tears fall free for the pretty little flower and the great oak tree. Sing hey,
Hey, luck-a-day, luck-a-day, luck-a-day.
Stop a bit, both of you. This intrusion is unmannerly.
I'm surprised at you.
I can't stop to apologize. An idea has just occurred to me. A bad baronet of Ruddigore can only die through refusing to commit his daily crime.
No doubt.
Then refusing to commit his daily crime is tantamount to suicide.
It would seem so.
But suicide is itself a crime. And so, by your own reckoning, you ought never to have died at all.
I see, I understand. Then I am practically alive.
Undoubtedly. Rose, when you believed I was a simple farmer, I believe you loved me.
Madly, passionately,
And if it turned out I was not a bad baronet, how would you love me then?
passionately, madly.
As before?
Of course.
My darling.
Here I say, belay.
Oh, sir, belay if absolutely necessary.
Belay, certainly not.
oh, I believe in
So, starting off with Mr. and Mrs. Gori. Mr. Hellman. Mr. White. Mr. Meredith. Miss Angeloni and Miss McFadden. here for 2 years. So, Will Brown,